I decided to simplify my business because honestly, I was feeling so burned out. I was feeling highly anxious. I was overworking, not finding time to work out, gaining weight like crazy. And my team was just so anxious. And I had this moment in time where I said to myself, I am acting like I have a job times two, and my core values are out of whack. And so today, I want to talk to you about why I simplified my business and then the impact that it's having. So, welcome back to another episode of the Keenya podcast, where we talk about all things business, marketing your business, going to therapy, and all the things. Today, we're having a conversation about my business, simplifying it, and me just kind of pulling back the curtain of my business to really show you what is happening, what was happening, and how what I decided to do is impacting my company, me, and then my whole team. So for the longest time, I had this mentality that I am going to work my business like it's a job, right? Because in order for me to develop the discipline, I have to work my business like a job because I wasn't used to showing up every day for a business. I was used to showing up for going for work. And so 8 years ago, when I decided to start my business, that was my mentality. And I have been doing that ever since. Now, in addition to that, not only did I work 9 to 5, but I was actually working 24/7, except when I was sleeping. I would finish working and then I would get my laptop and I'd be in the living room on the couch working. I would just always be working on my phone, working. And just be completely unconscious about what I was doing, why I was doing it, and all the things. And also finding myself constantly trying to sell this, and just trying to sell all these different things so that I can make money. And I'm like, as a business, how do I say this? So I'm a consultant. There are so many ways that I can help people. I can teach people systems and processes. I can teach them marketing funnels. I can teach them video. I can do a lot of different things to help people with their businesses. And so I found myself constantly doing all the things, right? And I don't think that I was trying to sleep when you're dead or always hustle or anything like that. I think that I am the average business owner that's just trying to figure out as they go. You're trying to just create and figure out what's going to work, and you're continuously improving until you find a thing that sticks and then you stick with it. Except I just kept doing it, right? And I think because I have like some trauma around money, some trauma around work that we're definitely working through. But I definitely found myself just constantly. And I kept having all these moments of anxiousness. And then, my team feeling anxious and just all this stuff just kept happening. And I just kept realizing that something's got to give. And I kept investing in coaches to see who could help me do certain things or whatever. And all coaches that I've worked with have been great, but they just could not help me with this one area of me trying to figure out how to build this business that is sustainable, profitable, but also doesn't have me working, 24/7 or whatever. Until recently, I decided to invest high end. Oh man, a lot. High end with someone that I knew that I could see had a sustainable, profitable business for many years. I watched them build it and I decided to invest. And when I did, one of the first things that the person told me was that we've got to simplify your business. And I was like, great, that sounds awesome. How do we do that? What do we do? And what we looked at was, first of all, me, what do I really want to do? How do I really want my business to be running? I'm 43 years old. I want to have time and financial freedom. I don't want to work 24/7. I don't want my team to work 24/7. I want them to be able to make the money that they want to make, at a job, and I want them to go and live life. And I said, well, that means that my process and the way we run the business has to be repeatable and just, in a flow. So for me, I have opportunities where you can book me for one-on-one consulting. You can book me for a VIP day. I do speaking, influencer marketing, and then I have my courses, and then sometimes pop up programs. And so we said, okay, what if we just simplified it to one offer? Okay. Obviously people book me to speak. It is what it is. Right. And I'll do some brand deals, but it's not like I go after that every day. but no pop-ups and all that. We said, what if we just simplified it to one offer, one main offer, which is my course called Vertical Video Mastery. What if we just simplified it, and that is all we focused on, teaching people how to get started with video and do a good job with video? What if that's what we focused on? And I said, okay. So then we had to look at what am I currently doing on the inside of that experience? And what I realized was that hundreds of people would come in and they wouldn't finish because it was just too much information. And I realized through working with that person, what if we simplified even that on the inside and just took people step 1, step 2, 3, 4, and got them actually showing up, got them actually creating, and then just simplifying it so they can go and do the thing. And I'll be honest, it was extremely scary to stop doing all the things and to build and rebuild all of what that looked like and to try to launch it, okay? And to try to launch it in this new way, new messaging, all the things. It was really painful, if I can be honest, because I was scared. Because here is what I've always done, and here is this new way of doing things, and I am the owner. So the team is relying on me, they're dependent on me, and like I've got to have the faith and the belief that this is going to work. And so, of course, I've refilmed the whole course, redoing the messaging. I'm doing so much because I'm the owner that knows all certain things. And I found myself being like, okay, the worst thing that happens is this is wrong. Or the worst thing that happens is that we make some money and we have to do it again and we have to change, right? And so I said, okay, well, let's do it. And so one of the things that we decided to do was we changed our offer to just the one. And anybody that has been in any of my previous courses, right, we invited them into this experience. So a bunch of people could buy it, and then all previous students were able to come into this experience. And then we sold it to the people that were brand new. Listen, over the last weeks, I have watched people show up, create, and do things that they never had done had I not simplified the inside of this course. And then as a company, we are creating this simple, repeatable process that we will do every time we launch, right? Instead of me constantly having to create videos, I created the first time, knew I needed to make some changes, made some tweaks to it. And then now the next time we offer it, which is right now, I'm not having to change anything in the course. I get to offer it and show up for the community as we are launching it, right? And what this has done, simplifying my business, what this has done is this gave me the permission again to start working on our team going to a 4-day work week. Because I've been telling them this for a year that I want us to go to a 4-day work week so they can have more time and so can I. And so now that we're building this simple and repeatable process, we are finding ourselves being so excited about Fridays because we know that in a couple of months, it's going to be complete. Like we did one 4-day work week in the month of July. We're going to do it again. We did it in August. We're going to do it again in the month of September. We'll do it again in October, and we're going to keep doing it until we get to where we're doing the 4-day work week every single week because we know it's a process. Now, what has simplifying my business done? That sound you're hearing is my cat has decided that she wants to play over here. It is what it is, okay? The little ball she's playing with. But anyway, so if you hear that sound, that's Feifei. So what has this done? This has made me aware of how busy I was. This has made me aware of things that I can tell my students. I can tell my clients and help them when I am consulting with them in their businesses. This has helped me to realize how hard I was working intentionally initially, but then unconsciously, and that I didn't have to keep doing the things that I was doing. It also has, it's just made me aware of the fact that we don't need to be doing a bunch of things. We need to be doing one thing or a few things really, really, really well. One thing or a few things extremely well, because I've watched someone go from nothing to millions of dollars a year in her business from focusing on one and two things extremely well. And that's it. And so I'm like, okay, if I am going to be the best at what it is that I do for my company, not in terms of competing with people out there, but me and my company, then I have to go, okay, how can I do what I do, simplify it, do it well, and crush it? Like, I was just in our community today with people inside that course, and somebody said, I love the way that this course is structured. Man, makes things so easy. I love the way it's structured. No one has said to me about my course before we changed it, before we simplified it. No one. Right? Why? Because I didn't know any better. And now they're having the greatest experience because of how we chose to simplify it for the business, but also simplify it for the students. So for you, whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's simplifying your marketing, whether it is simplifying your offers, your business, whatever, what I know is that if you simplify, you are going to find yourself being way more successful. So we launched this course and we made probably about $50,000 this first launch, which is not like what we normally do at a launch, like 90,000, 100,000. But I was okay with it because we were doing it, we were tweaking it for the first time. So now that we are offering this course, I guarantee you we're going to make even more this time, because now our messaging is better. Everything is down. We've got more testimonials from this course. And then the next time we launch it, it'll do better and better and better. Right. And so our company, like, there's all these things we did to launch it previously that we already have these things in place. Now we can just we can just add it to this current launch. And then when we do it the next time, we'll add that and that and that and that. And next thing you know, our business is smooth sailing. Yes, we'll launch and do whatever's happening there, but it's not as intense. It's not as laborsome. It's not causing anxiety for me and the team. And it's great for the people, their experience. It's great for people who are watching the launch, who are on our email list, who are experiencing all the things that we are doing. You know what I mean? And so for you, I really want you to just kind of hear what I'm saying. If it's your desire to build a small business or build a big business, simple is best. And I'm telling you, as someone who has been so complicated the last 8 years, simple is best. Okay? Simple is best. It's like, let's just say you want to build a YouTube channel. Simple is best. It doesn't have to be all this grandiose stuff. Simple is best. I watch some channels who their stuff is just simple and it's constantly simple, and their channels are huge and they're crushing it. Their social medias are huge and crushing it, because simple is best. Okay. So again, if it is your desire to build your business and you want to build it to whatever level you want to build it to, try your best to simplify what it is you're doing, because you don't want to work yourself out of a job to having a business. And then now you're working 24/7 like me, causing yourself to have anxiety, gaining all this weight because of stress and all that like me. Simplify. Now, I'm not trying to make y'all feel bad for weight gain. It is what it is. I'm working on weight loss. But my point is that a lot of this stuff happening is because of stress, doing too much, and not really realizing what I'm causing to myself and causing to members of my team. Okay. So listen, if you have questions about this, I want to hear from you. If you're building an online course, an online business, and you're like, okay, how did you do what you do? Then I want you to come over to Instagram. No, come over to YouTube. This video is on YouTube as well. Come to YouTube and ask me in the comment section. Okay. You might be already watching this on YouTube. You can ask me in the comment section. But if you're on the podcast, come over to YouTube at Keenya Kelly. And I want you to ask me any questions you have about this so I can help you. Okay. Now, if you are someone and you're saying to yourself, Keenya, I want to be in that course. What course are you talking about? Well, I have a course that's called Vertical Video Mastery, where I'm teaching you how to get started using vertical short form video. We help you understand your video marketing style, how you should show up. We teach you how to create videos, how to edit in CapCut, how to sell in your marketing, in your videos, all inside of this community that is pre-recorded content, but also me every single week doing a live group call. And I show up every single day for 15 minutes a day minimum encouraging you, answering all your questions, and the community does the same. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed today's episode here on YouTube. If you have, please subscribe to the channel. If you are listening on the podcast, I want to hear from you. I know you're here, I know you're listening, but I don't know what you think. So I would love it if you could write a review. That way you can tell me what you think. All right, so thank you so much for listening and watching.